Hello, I am Wanderer001 and this is my review of the ecobee Switch Plus Smart Light Switch. Now, I know that sounds like a mouthful, but this is ecobee's foray into smart home devices other than thermostats and sensors for your thermostat. Now, I have been eyeballing this particular smart light switch for a long time. Now, I do have a TP-Link Casa smart switch review over there, but it does not do a lot of what this can do. Now, I will say this was problematic just like the Casa smart switch in that you need to have a ground wire in order to actually install one of these. So in my case, I did not have a ground wire here. I had to bring in an electrician because that is something that I am not comfortable doing on my own. So if you are not comfortable doing that, you may have to get an electrician to, one, put in a ground wire or connect your ground wire to this. I had no ground wire, so I need an electrician to actually do that. Now, after the electrician put this in, the question then becomes, how easy is it to set up? And why don't we take a look at that right now? All right, this will be setup of the ecobee smart switch. You have to have the ecobee app, which I'm going to try and figure out which side actually will work better. ecobee app, you have two choices, plus sign in the upper right or pressing add device at the bottom there. Select add a device, and in this case it is the switch. And it's asking, has this been installed? Well, yep, it's sitting there in the wall right now, so yes, it has been installed. All right, good to go. First, sure the light on your switch is glowing amber. All right, well, mine is not glowing amber, so we are going to say switch not glowing amber. Oh wait, there we go. I'm not going to do anything except say that I touched all the buttons and then read the troubleshooting. So now it is glowing amber. Good to go. It's searching. It says it found one, and it's got the serial number. So we're just going to say, yeah, that's my device, and we're just going to pull that back into frame. It wants us to select a Wi-Fi network. So we are going to select my IoT network, and it wants the password, which we're going to do right now. All right, I typed in the password, and now it is doing its magic and kind of out of focus there behind it, but we're going to say, oh, this says it can take up to 5 minutes. It's blinking now. May or may not make you wait the 5 minutes, depending on how long this is. I may cut it, and through the magic of editing, it will be done. But it is doing what it does. It's sitting there blinking, so we'll see how long this takes. All right, the back stopped blinking. So it's adding it to the account. So the question is, oh wait, there we go. Device is now connected to Wi-Fi. Keep going. So we're going to select next. So it wants me to say where this is. Well, this is in the kitchen, and done. All right, so it can show me my switch. So from here, we can turn it on off. You can see the room gets a little brighter when I do that. We also have the ability to turn on the Amazon Echo. We will set that portion up a little later. Maybe I'll show you that later. And we got this here. Smart features, we'll play with that later in the actual full review. So that was the setup. Now I do realize that I did not show installing this. Sadly, these switches were old and did not have a grounding wire, and I did not feel comfortable doing that portion myself, so I had to get outside electricians to come in and do it. So this was just the setup after installed by professional electrician. So use your own judgment if you can take care of that portion on your own or not. All right, so for the most part, not terrible to set up. Now, part of the reason I wanted this over another Casa smart switch was, one, it has an LED under here. It is not terribly bright. I'll insert a picture so you can kind of get an idea what that looks like. It's a single diode, so it's not bright at all. It aims down. That's kind of cool. It has a motion sensor, which is great. So depending on how I have this, well, how you have it situated, in my particular instance, if I come up, because over here is my dining room into the kitchen, and it takes, 22 inches before this will pick up. If I'm coming from the other direction, I can get this to trigger in about 5 feet. So you figure you've got like a 5-foot span around this. Now, it does not have the normal light switch look, but pressing the bottom portion here triggers the switch. It also has an echo built into it. Now, I say echo as opposed to Alex A, but it is an Alex A, it's not actually an echo. You have at the top a trigger to turn off Alex A or to activate it. Now, I will say this is one of the shortcomings of this. I had better hopes for this. It's an okay Alex A device. The speaker is really tinny and low. I didn't expect miracles from this, but I was kind of hoping for the ESP feature, which would allow this to know other echoes in the area and then trigger which one was closest. This does not do that. It triggers sometimes when I'm talking to the one in my living room. Also, no drop-in feature. So that's I kind of wish it would do that. It has problems connecting to the service sometimes. I don't know why. But what I can say is if you do mute it, that light stays on all the time, does not turn itself off. But the shortcomings of the Alex A aside, it has other features that I like. Being the motion trigger can, well, obviously it only goes off when it's dark. It also will not turn on if you've activated the switch or it's been activated via motion for 5 minutes. You can also set it to automatically turn off the light after 5 minutes if no motion is detected, and that's all day, every day. It does not need to be dark in order for that feature to work. Now, I will say all of those features, the nightlight, the motion trigger, and the Alex A, are all set up and done in the application. So let's actually take a look at the ecobee application as it pertains to the smart switch here. So when you first log into your ecobee app, you are greeted with several options. Now, in my case, I've got 2 thermostats and the smart plug. This is just for the smart plug, so we're gonna try and concentrate on those. So right here, you've got your smart plug with its name. You can turn on, and even though it looks like it's still cycling, my light did turn on rather quickly. Same thing with turning it off. It looks like it's still cycling, but it turned off the second I clicked on it. But if we click on the smart switch itself, again, big button, turn it on, it's already on even though it hasn't fully actuated. Turn it off, it's already off even though it hasn't fully actuated. The easiest things, we're gonna start from the right and work our way left. This would be your toggle for she who shall not be named. Clicking on that will allow you to adjust the sound volume. You can disable or enable a request sound, so just letting you know it heard you. And then you have, what can I ask my ecobee? Now, down here, since I already did this, you don't see it, but it had an area to link your she who shall not be named. In my case, now I can unlink it. Unlinking it will make it so that you don't have to keep the device muted if you don't want to use Alex A in that area. Next, smart features. So one of the primary reasons I got this was for these smart features, and that is smart shut off, which is after 5 minutes, it will shut off. Now, you can toggle this on or off, all these features. Now, you'll notice that by default, when you turn it back on or when you turn it on for the first time, it is 15 minutes. So we can come in here, tap on that, and we say, nope, I want less time because I want that light not being on all that often. So again, thinking, and locked in. Smart on, so when you walk into the room, it turns itself on. Another feature, well, not primarily, one major reasons I got this particular light switch. And then night light, which is just a little one singular LED at the bottom of it. And then hamburger button, these are our options. So device settings, we can click on that. We can say device name. Now, by default, you have choices here, but you are not limited to the choices that are here. You can actually give it a custom name. Mine's in my kitchen, so I just let it sit with the name kitchen. Wi-Fi network, well, that's gonna be information about your Wi-Fi network, so we're not gonna go into that. is going to show you information that's highly sensitive, so I'm not going to show you that either, sorry. And then help and support, well, that's just it, help and support. Light bar status, resetting device, smart home integration, it's just think of it as an FAQ of information. See, it brings you right to their site so that you can get information. And that's the ease of the app for the light switch. Now, there are lots of other things that you can do. You can see up here, there is home. You can set up different areas. In my case, I have one home. I don't have a vacation home, so this is just home. Up here, you can add a new device, which I'll be doing that eventually. You have vacation. So from here, you can either press up there to set a vacation, or you can click the big button, set a vacation. What this will allow you to do is, again, because I have several ecobee devices, they're all kind of listed here, but you can set, here's when I'm gonna go on vacation, here's when I'm coming back from vacation, and then things that your stuff can do. So in my case, with the light switch, we're gonna click on that. During vacation, up here, home. So we can click on that, keep light off, or appears home. So what that'll do is that will turn the lights on and off. So right there. On and off at night to make it look like you're home. So that's what vacation mode will do for the light switch. In my case, we're just going to X because we don't want to keep any of that. And then over here you have your account, which will have geofencing, which doesn't do anything with the light switch. Manage home, well, if you have more than one home, that's where you would do it. Donate your data, still don't know how I feel about that, not donating my data at this time. And general about, and then this integration with Spotify. I don't have Spotify. Not gonna lie, not entirely sure why that's there. Coming home, that is the ecobee app. It is wonderfully simplistic, so there's not much to go over. Now, I had thought about trying to do an audio sample with the Alexa speaker here. The most I'll tell you is it sounds very, almost like a really bad cell phone level of speaker. And last time I tried to do something like this, I got a copyright flag. So not gonna be doing that, terribly sorry. Take my word for it. This is not the selling feature of this. I wish it were, I wanted it to be, but it really is not. Now, the benefit of ecobee is that it is compatible with Apple HomeKit, Alexa, Google, SmartThings, and IFTTT. Now, that's not to say that you can get Google through your speaker here. This is only an Alexa device for asking it things, but it is compatible when used with those other services. Now, for me, I said I wanted this. I had my eye on it for a long time. The biggest problem that I have with this is the price. Yes, I know you get a lot in here, but the price of this, Amazon has it for $75. If you go to the ecobee site, it's $80. That is a hard number to swallow. In fact, I did not pay that for this switch. There was a lightning deal that happened. It came on sale for $45 and I jumped on it. Now, $45 to $50, I would say buy this in a heartbeat. At $80, that is a hard price to swallow. Even for me, who is a smart home automation enthusiast who makes YouTube videos about this, I could not justify spending $80 on this. So, if you can find this on sale, $45, $50, for what it does, it's a good light switch, minus the Alexa. It will do something. It will do some things, such as turn off kitchen, turn on kitchen. And I do that just so I don't use the voice trigger and set off your things. It will do that, but I feel like you have to yell at it a little more than you do your normal Echo devices. And I'm sure there are probably cheaper smart switches that would have a motion sensor and a light sensor, not necessarily a LED light. I wanted to love this. I really did. And if it's $45 to $50, I would say give it a shot. At the normal price of $75 to $80, not so much. I mean, I hate saying that because I do have ecobee thermostats, which I'm currently in the process of testing, And I love those. And I wanted to love this. But that price just makes it really hard too. So, I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.